So to summarize this video, CloudQuery is a data management tool that brings together a bunch of other tools and allows you to coordinate your extract, load, and transform use pattern. Hello YouTube, I'm listening to Jazz and I'm going to tell you about CloudQuery. What is CloudQuery? Well, on their website they proudly proclaim, finally, reliable ELT. Now some of you may be saying, what is ELT? Others of you may be saying, wait, isn't it supposed to be ETL? Well, no. ELT is not a typo for ETL, even though that's what I first thought when I saw it. It is a paradigm shift from ETL. ETL represented an era when compute and storage were both expensive and often separated. So you couldn't transform your data in the same computer or hard drive where you stored your data. The pattern used to be pick up data from a source, that's extract, manipulate that data somehow, that's transform. Maybe just as a basic example, you might be changing the formatting of a date field. And then you place that data into some destination, which is load. Extract, transform, load. But with modern tools, it's possible to do the transformations in place within your data warehouse after you've loaded it. Hence, extract, load, and then transform at your leisure. So that's ELT. There's also a promise here that it's flexible, saying you can sync any source to any destination. And then it helps you with the transform step and also with visualizing your data. Next, they point out that CloudQuery is based on their popular open source project. Woo, open source! You can self-host it or run it in their cloud. You can probably do it cheaper running it yourself, but it'll be on easy mode if you run it in their cloud. Next, there's a big button that says Explore Plugins. Well, I went and looked and explored some of those plugins for you, and they include on the sources side, Alibaba Cloud, AWS, Azure, and one more that my note is hiding, and Cloudflare. Then on the destinations, you have things like Azure Blob Storage, BigQuery, and DuckDB. So CloudQuery can interface with those sources and destinations and coordinate getting your data from one place to the next. There's also a button to download a CLI. That's a command line interface that lets you type commands to send instructions to the CloudQuery cloud service. Next, there's this useful infographic. It starts with extract from sources, and those sources include AWS, a cloud computing platform, Google Cloud Platform, and Azure, also cloud computing platforms. Plus some smaller icons that are a little hard to see, but they include Okta, which does identity, Kubernetes, which does containers, Cloudflare, which does, I think, networking stuff, Terraform, which does infrastructure, and GitHub, which does source code management. Then you have loading to destinations, including the elephant, Postgres, the magnifying glass, Google BigQuery, the snowflake, which is Snowflake, and those little circle things, which is Kafka, Apache Kafka. Next, there's a transform step, which you can use a tool like dbt, or you can just use SQL, and that manipulates the data where it already is in your destination. So you might be using SQL to manipulate the data, to transform the data in a Postgres database. Finally, there's the visualize step that CloudQuery can help you with, and those include Grafana, Superset, and Power BI. Well, let's see who they're trusted by. InStructure, I don't know that one. Zendesk I've heard of. Infosys I feel like I've heard of. So, they've got some big names working with their tool. And again, finally, reliable ELT. So to summarize this video, CloudQuery is a data management tool that brings together a bunch of other tools and allows you to coordinate your extract, load, and transform use pattern. Thanks for watching.